Wednesday Live, here we go. I'm excited. Just give me a minute here. Just getting everything dialed, making sure we got all systems go here. Hold on a hot second. What's up, TikTok? Wednesday Live, here we go. All right. It's going to be good. Hey, I'm back. All right. Okay, here we are. Right on. Woo! All right. Man, I'm so excited. Okay. Hope you're feeling well today. And man, if not, I'm going to just trust that this is going to help lift you. It's going to help infuse some joy and some energy and some hope and some optimism into your day. And man, the things that we're exposing ourselves to, the things we're putting in our ears, the things that we're consuming really can adjust and change our mindset and the ways we're feeling. So I hope this does that for you today. So what's up, everybody? If this is your first time, if you're like, who is this guy? My name is Ross Loofborough. I'm your ADHD high performance coach. And today we're going to be diving into a fun topic. So let's go ahead and just kick it off. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever felt overwhelmed, worried, and just not sure if you're making the right decisions for your child with ADHD? Today, I'm going to share a really powerful story of a mother's journey that's going to inspire and empower you to keep loving and believing in your child no matter what. And stick around till the end for a really moving message I know is going to touch your heart, and it's going to inspire you, and it's going to help you feel a little less alone, and it's going to help you feel more confident in the future for your child, for your family. All right, here we go. So our topic today is empowering parents. So if you're a parent or you know a parent, please share this with them. We're going to be navigating the ADHD landscape and why it's important to navigate that landscape as a parent with love and persistence. So I was up in Idaho at the Equip Realtors Conference just this last month, where I was the MC and I spoke. And at the end of the conference, I got a chance to connect with somebody. And just for today's purposes, we'll call her Robin. So her name was Robin, not really, but we'll just say it was. And we're talking, and she approaches me and she starts telling me about her son who has ADHD. She's got a few boys, and her middle son has an ADHD brain, and he's in high school right now, and she's just talking about the challenges that he's been having with school, with getting his homework done. And she's just talking about her exasperation with always feeling like she needs to tell him to do his homework, remind him to do his homework. She's like, man, if I'm not sitting right there with him, he won't get his homework done most of the time. And it's stressful, and I'm wondering if I'm doing the right things. And like, I'm annoyed, and I'm at my wit's end about it, because on the one hand, I'm happy to help him. On the other hand, doesn't he need to be doing it for himself? Doesn't he need to choose and decide that he wants to get his homework done? I mean, should I really be that person pushing him to do it? It's just like, his procrastination is just driving me crazy. I just can't stand watching it anymore. And you can tell while she's saying all this, she feels awful. She feels guilty. She's wondering if she's a bad mom, if she should, I can tell at points she's like questioning if she should be sharing any of this with me. But the bottom line, what I saw through all of this was Robin's deep, deep concern and ultimately love for her son. She loves him and cares about him enough to approach me and have this conversation. She is so invested in his well-being. She's so invested in his future. She's so invested and cares about her son thriving, finding his place in this world, and ultimately like learning to love himself. And she wants him to succeed. She wants him to have, all the things that she never had, right? This is natural for parents. And as I was talking with her, I just took a moment to remind her of that. I said, Robin, I'm listening to you right now, and what I'm hearing is I'm hearing a mom who is just insanely committed to her son's amazing future. Like, you don't want to give up. You want to keep finding a way to help him, to support him, to encourage him, to own and what he needs to own and to be responsible. And you want him to grow up, and you're comparing him to other people, and you're wondering why it's not happening fast enough, and you're questioning yourself. But the bottom line is, you love him. And your son is so lucky to have you. I want to help you understand. I told Robin this. Let me share a personal story so I can help you understand why you're doing more things right than you're probably giving yourself credit for. So I told Robin, when I was in high school, I was really struggling with some of my classes and some of the subjects in school, and I was much like Robin's son. Homework, man, I would not do my homework a lot of the time unless my own mom sat me down at the table and was like, we're doing this. And sometimes my mom would have to reteach subjects in math and science and different things that I didn't understand from sitting in the class. I've shared I have an auditory processing deficit and I have ADHD. So sometimes I can pay attention better than anyone else and still not take it all in. How much of a raw deal is that? Right? So that was my struggle in high school. And my mom really started being concerned. My mom and dad were both just wondering, man, is Ross going to be okay? Is he actually going to be able to have the choice to go to college someday? We can't do it for him. We can't drag him across the finish line. He's going to have to find some agency to figure some things out for himself. And my parents were in a very similar, frustrating, confusing moment like Robin, this mother was that I was speaking with at the end of the conference. And I was comparing, the parallels, how similar some of the things that she was describing to me about her son, how it rang so true with my own experience. So one, by sharing that, all of a sudden she's not feeling as crazy. She's not feeling as alone, as isolated. We all need to be reminded sometimes that we're not the only one struggling with X. We're not the only one who feels like our life is out of control. We're not the only one who's wondering, is my kid okay? Sometimes that's all you need to hear in order to just take a deep breath. Give yourself a moment to feel calm and collected, to seize your peace and keep going forward. So I shared with Robin, this mother. I told her a story that I wouldn't remember had my own mom not reminded me of this years ago. But I think I was a sophomore in high school, and I was really struggling with math. Struggling with, I think it was algebra or algebra 2 or something. And I came home one day and I said, hey mom, I need $30. She's like, $30 for what? I said, I need $30, mom, to pay, I'm in high school. I'm like too cool for school. I'm like, mom, come on. I need $30 to pay for my math tutor. Like assuming she knows, right? Not filling her in, but she's like, yeah, mom, like, come on, keep up. And my mom goes, wait, what? You have a math tutor? I was like, yeah, I have a math tutor and I need $30 to pay her because I got to head over there right now, right? I'm driving at this point. And she's like, oh, yeah, that's fantastic. When did you find a math tutor? I'm like, mom, like, I just did, okay? I just need $30. And she told me that moment, years later, she told me this, that in that moment, she realized, oh my gosh, I think Ross might be okay. Like maybe there's hope after all. Like that was so big for her to see me own my story, to see her start to advocate for myself and recognize I need help in this area. So I'm going to go find the help I need and I'm going to make it happen. Like I'm not going to let myself just lose or fail. I'm not going to let it happen. Like I was willing to try new things. I was willing to explore new options. And that really it brought my mom a lot of hope in my future. So I was sharing this with Robin, this mother that I was speaking with. And I was just pointing out that the doubts she was having, the frustrations she was feeling as a parent with a child that has ADHD was normal. And she wasn't out of line for feeling those things. And I also just emphasized to Robin that day, I said, Robin, one of the most important things that you can do as a parent with a child with neurodivergence of some sort, like you name the challenge your child is having, you can apply it to this. We're speaking to ADHDers specifically today, but you can apply this to a lot of other situations and a lot of struggles that kids are going through. If as a parent, you focus on coming from a place of love and curiosity, right? Continue to show your child that you love them, right? Continue to express your unwavering belief in their potential, in their talents. Like remind them of what you see in them. Make sure that you're telling them often the incredible things that you're noticing that they're really good at, the things that are coming easy to them. And I was telling Robin, like, don't negate your love. Don't downplay your incredible love for your son, because if you keep displaying that for him to see, for him to feel, that's going to pay dividends in ways you can't even imagine right now. Because it happened to me. My mom was so key in me not drowning and right now living in a van down by the river because I probably would without her. She loved me. She expressed it all the time. She was there for me. She was willing to help me in ways that nobody else had the time, care, or quite frankly, would ever have been open to doing for me, like sitting at the table with me and helping me with homework and projects and doing things that felt so embarrassing for me. And I felt so much shame. And it was a part of why doing homework and getting through school was so hard, because I felt like an idiot. I felt dumb. I felt like, what is wrong with me that my mom has to help me so much? Like, dude, I'm screwed up. Like, that's what I'm thinking. That's what your son or daughter is thinking if they're dealing with ADHD. And even if school is maybe going okay for them right now, especially if your child is having challenges and struggles with ADHD in the school system, which many of them do, They're playing those words in their head over and over and over. What's wrong with me? I'm broken. I'm so dumb. I'm an idiot. Gosh, like, I'm screwed up. Why am I not like everyone else? Like, why is this happening to me? Like, what have I done? Like, it's maddening, especially for a kid, because all you want as a kid is to be like everybody else. We know as an adult, that's the silliest thing ever, because the people that stand out are the ones who go on to do the most amazing things, have the greatest impact, serve, lead, give, become more than anyone could have ever imagined. It's the people who are different. But your son or daughter, they're having a hard time seeing that. They're probably not going to see it right now. And that's why your love as a parent, showing them that, it will truly be the difference between your son or daughter growing up and finding themselves and figuring things out and overcoming the obstacles despite the odds. Your love and you being willing to stay curious, right? Instead of quickly judging, stay curious to understand what's really going on, right? Peel back the layers with your son or daughter, because your child does not want to piss you off. Yeah, totally. You'll be like, oh, let me tell you what my son or daughter did recently. You don't know what you're talking about. But most of the time, your son or daughter, they know that life will go better if they're making their parents happy, if their teachers are happy, right? If people are happy, they know that that usually equals like more trust and more freedom. Your child is not waking up thinking, man, I can't wait to totally screw things up at school today and totally just like make my mom rage out and make my dad like totally furious with me. They're not aiming for those things. So if your child has a neurodivergent brain and you just can't seem to stay patient anymore, like you just want to give up, you just want to like throw it, you just want to throw all of it away, any progress you've been making, and you want to just scream at them maybe, take a beat. I hope you're listening to this message right now. I hope you're sharing this with a mother or a father that you know is struggling, because that love and that curiosity is everything. That unconditional love and support. Man, I knew when I was going through school, no matter what, no matter how shitty school made me feel, no matter how dumb and stupid and less than and like the village, I felt like a village idiot a lot of the time because of my struggles in school. My mom and dad's voices, like them telling me that they were going to love me no matter what. And as long as I continued to do my best, that's what mattered. They helped remind me that to not measure my worth simply on what school or teachers or educators said about me. But they pointed me towards things that were bigger than that were more meaningful than that. For me growing up, it was pointing me back to God, helping me remember that I'm a child of God. Like I was created by the King of the universe. And man, if that doesn't change, if that doesn't influence how you feel about your child or how your child starts to feel about themselves, if you can't see the fruit of that yet, it'll come. It will. I'm living proof of that. And I encouraged Robin that day too. I said, man, talk to me about your son's strengths. Talk to me about his unique talents. Like that. And she's like, oh man, like, dude, he can fix anything. Like he's so amazing. Like you give him anything that's broken and like he can fix it. And she just lit up. And I said, keep focusing on those things. And we talked about how a lot of those talents that she sees in her son aren't things that he's able to showcase at school. There aren't subjects and classrooms and things that allow him to really relish in that, right? He's being forced to spend so much time on the things that he's struggling with. Come on, think about it. As a mom or dad right now, when you're forced at your job to focus only on the areas that you suck at, right? If you're forced to focus only on the areas that you're not naturally gifted in that thing, you're going to feel really crappy. You're not going to feel real excited and pumped about your contributions and your future. Like, you're going to feel down. You're going to feel distraught. You're going to feel frustrated. You're going to feel confused. Well, that's similar to what your son or daughter's going through. So your belief in your child is crucial. Like, it is the difference between, will your son or daughter be okay? Will they find their way, or will they become a statistic? Because sadly, the statistics are very grim for people with ADHD, for kids that have ADHD. And we're not going to get into that today, but your love, your belief in your child will be the difference. Even when they're pretending they're not listening to you. They are. They hear you. And someday, when they're older, it might be a decade, this might be 15 years out, you're going to hear from them how much your love and your unconditional, unwavering belief in their potential, in their talents, how much of a difference that made. Your compassion, your patience, your empathy for them and the things that they're going through. And I also told Robin that day, I said, Robin, your son is not broken. Like, just because the world has given him the label of ADHD, attention deficit hyperactive disorder. Oh my gosh, horrible name. You know a better name for ADHD? It'd be this, ACHA, adaptive cognitive hyperactive ability. It's got a better ring to it, right? Like, man, the ADHD acronym, it's so damning. It's awful. That's what we have right now, right? That's the only reason that some of you are here or even listening or connecting with me in this message, is because that's the acronym we have. I was like, Robin, he is not broken. There's nothing wrong with him. And I pointed to all those amazing things that she just described. Her son, all the things her son can do, man, he's amazing at fixing things. Like, you should see him. Like, he can tinker with stuff, and it's crazy how quickly he can solve those problems and figure things out that, like, I never could. I was like, Robin, that's incredible. And you could just see her body language change, her posture change. She went from tense and just stressed and clearly anxious to just feeling, you could tell, like, I could see the hope coming back into her eyes. You know, I could hear the joy coming through her voice when we started focusing on the amazing things about her son, instead of all the things he's not good at, that the education system is shining a big microscope around. And then the most amazing part was that when I got home from the conference, I got a DM on Instagram from Robin, and it made my freaking day. She just said, she's like, Ross, I just want you to know, I came to that conference and I wasn't exactly sure, like, what my purpose was for being there. She said, after listening to you talk from the stage and after getting to connect with you one-on-one, that was my purpose. I realize now that my purpose for being there was you. connecting with you, hearing from you. She said, I just want you to know, like, I'm approaching my relationship with my son going forward in a totally new way. Like, I had some huge breakthroughs, and I have you to thank for that. My gosh. that made my freaking day. That made my week. And I share that because your approach with your son or daughter, you continuing to display that love, that unwavering belief, that generous sense of curiosity, to want to understand what they're dealing with, what they're going through, how you can best help and support and encourage and guide and cheer them on. They might not tell you, but don't be surprised if that is a breakthrough for them. If you posturing yourself differently towards them is the insight, is the aha that they need to keep going and to know they're going to be okay. So I hope some of you resonated with that story. Any questions? Anyone have any thoughts? Feel free to drop a comment, drop a question. Would love to hear from you. Let me know. Remember, I get on here for you. I'm doing this for you. Okay, like I said before, it's much more fun to actually talk with another human being. It's not my favorite thing to just be talking to this screen and not like actually see your face, your emotion, your body language, and like be able to engage in a real conversation. So please drop a comment, drop a question. It would definitely make it feel more real. And it would help me know what you're resonating with, what you're appreciating, and what you want to hear more of. What do you need help with? What would you like my next live to be about? Drop it in there. Tell me. All right, don't be shy. Anything? Any comments? Any questions? I'm right here for you. All right, well, we'll wrap with this. If you have a question, feel free to drop it below. But parents out there, parents who are wading through the like maze and the muck of raising a child with ADHD, and you're confused and you're frustrated and you're at your wit's end, know this, and you're just wondering if you're doing things okay for your kid. If you're making decisions from a place of love and curiosity about what your child needs, you're doing the right thing. Keep reminding your son or daughter of their inherent worth, right? Of their worth that comes from being made by God, being created by design with a plan and a purpose for their life. The freaking King of the universe has his imprint all over them. Keep reminding your child of that, of their talents. Point it out to them, right? They're just trying to get through their childhood. We know how brutal that is. Help remind them of their unique brilliance. Your love and belief in them are more powerful than any school report or any societal expectation that often comes through the pressures and the way our education system's built. All right, I hope that serves some of you. Thanks for showing up today. Nate Loofborough, Caitlin, Brian, Harmony, Dr. Susan, thank you for showing up today. I appreciate all of you. And on Friday, I'll be coming at you again live. Remember, please visit my website, rossloofborough.com, heroicadhd.com, and you can book a free call with me. Let's get on the phone, right? Like, if this isn't as targeted to what you need, like, let's get on the phone and talk. What have you got to lose? And if you know someone else that's struggling, that's looking for answers, they're looking for support, they're looking for a guide, they're just looking for confirmation that, like, am I headed down the right path? Or they need a path to go down, connect them with me. Send them this video. Send them my booking link, right? I'm here. I'm ready to help. I'm ready to serve. And my heart is just bursting with the excitement that there's going to continue to be new people reaching out who have been wondering, like, where do I go? Start here. Start here, because I want to serve. All right. See you later, everybody.